Unidos Now family. Unidos Now family. Today, we're gathered here to pay our respects and say thank you to the incredible life lived by our dear friend Hector Tejeda. In the eyes of those who were lucky enough to have come across him, Hector embodied the meaning of spirit and guiding kindness. Many of the very best contributions he imparted upon so many of our lives embodied the very best of humanity. Today, we say thank you to Hector for his visionary leadership in transforming and touching the lives of the young men and women who will shepherd our future through Unidos Now, and his immense contributions in making our world a better place. In my own life, when I was at a point that comes in the life of almost every young man, one during which I needed sound advice and kind guidance, Hector helped provide just that. His humble heart imparted the same kind of uplifting guidance upon the lives of many young students as well. We celebrate his valiant life of service and say thank you to Hector for all of his wonderful contributions to all of our lives. Hector, your legacy will live on in the many lives you touched today and always. Thank you.
Oscar, thank you for your beautiful, heartfelt tribute to Hector. He's joining us online because he's doing grad school, pursuing law. You really capture the spirit of his legacy. Thank you all for joining us this morning to celebrate the life of Hector Tejeda, a remarkable man that impacted our world through his generous and purpose-filled life. For those of you who don't know me, I'm Luz Corcuera, Executive Director of Unidos Now, and it's a pleasure to welcome you all. Our gratitude to our colleagues of the Glaser Schaumann for their support. This is a room where Hector spent many hours conducting workshops, talking to our scholars, and guiding them. I would like to express our condolences to Diane, Hector's wife, her children, Kiers and Jackie, Hector's parents, Estela and Juan, Evelyn Tejeda, his former wife, Hector's and Evelyn's children, Miguel and Eric, who are also joining us online, and Hector's siblings. Hector was a very accomplished man with an MBA from Harvard University, leadership positions in the pharmaceutical industry, and a career counselor at Wharton School of Business. But he never wanted any focus on his impressive education or work. Hector inspired every single person he met to dream big. He provided our young scholars the guidance and the tools to discover and to pursue their dreams. Hector was a wonderful combination of a brilliant mind and a big heart. Looking at some of his pictures, I see right away his big smile. When I saw him briefly in the hospital, 4 days before his passing, Hector greeted me with a big smile, a memory that I will treasure forever. Many of us heard Hector's story, finding Unidos Now and falling in love with our mission. He found Unidos Now job posting online, and he decided to bring his resume in person. Unidos Now board and team recognized Hector's gifts and asked him to lead the organization in 2014. Hector found his purpose and a family. Hector elevated the college prep program that Unidos Now was offering for high school students, primarily during the summer. Through his research of best practices around the nation and his passion and belief in every student's potential, Hector and the Dream Team created a year-round program for first-generation, low-income Latinx students that has resulted in over $14 million in scholarships and grants, serving close to 3,000 students to date, and ensure acceptance to selective colleges. There are countless stories that you will hear about Hector's relationship with his students. He was a mentor, a father figure, a big brother, a cheerleader. He wore all those hats and devoted his time to every single student he met. He went to any lengths to make sure the students felt welcome, included, and loved. I have some special moments that stand. I see this morning Laura Roberts, the College and Career Counselor at Southeast High School. She referred one student from Bayshore High School. And she was special and gifted. However, she didn't know her own true potential. Hector was very disappointed on the first day that we started the program because this girl did not show up. So he drove his car, went to her home, talked to her family, picked her up, and brought her to the program. And because of that, she was able to pursue higher education. I also have a memory of a student that told Hector that he was intimidated. He didn't feel like he belonged in the program. So Hector convinced him to try it for a week. This student blossomed in the program, became the president of his high school club, graduated from Florida State University, and now he's starting grad school to pursue his dream career in the medical field. I also remember the time a student, I'm so glad to see you, Jorge Hernandez, today, because you shared with us that one of your relatives told you that you were not enough material for the Future Leaders Academy and not to waste your time applying to the program. But Hector saw your full potential. He encouraged you to apply to the University of Florida, and you were accepted with the highest scholarship that was offered. And you pursue a career in engineering, and I know that you also traveled to Japan to pursue studies over there. So thank you for making sure that Hector's work was not in vain. You know, you are proof that what he did really works. Hector established relationships with colleges. And those colleges loved and wanted our students. They fought for them. Sometimes he traveled with his students to visit a college, and he encouraged students to visit a specific college. I know, Deanne, that while you were on vacation, Hector included in his visit several colleges because he was sending pictures of it. Hector was our guru, our to-go person on the dream team. He was knowledgeable and humble, and we all had the fortune to learn from him. He told us that he was proud of us. Hector was a brother to me and a sounding board when I faced difficult situations leading the organization. Hector never compromised his integrity or the integrity of our programs, and he supported me and my work at so many levels. Sometimes I embarrass him when introducing him at events or speaking engagements. He was too modest and did not want to have any attention. But every word that I ever said to him, one-on-one or in public, I meant it. People like Hector Tejeda are born every 100 years. And it was my highest honor to have shared so many incredible moments with him. I also see Jamie Kans here with the Bank of America. When the Bank of America chose Unidos Now as the inaugural neighborhood champion, and Jamie, who is the master of surprises, invited us to celebrate Hispanic Heritage Month, Jamie asked me to say a few words. When I finished speaking, they surprised us by presenting us a check for $50,000. After recovering from the surprise, I looked at the back of the room and I saw Hector crying. And of course, his tears were of joy and pride, and I ran towards him and hugged my brother. Hector also had a great sense of humor and was often making jokes. One day, he sent me a text message, and he was asking me if I was coming to the office because he wanted to speak with me. So I replied saying, I am on my way to the office, and I was wondering, what is it that Hector wants to discuss with me? When I got to the office, I looked for him and thought he had not arrived yet, only to discover later that he was hiding by lying under the conference table. I prank Hector every April's Fool, and he swore to get me good because he fell for those pranks every year. One time, I got the aunt to be my accomplice. When I read Hector's email about his diagnosis, I thought that perhaps he was getting back at me for all those years of getting him on April's Fools. I secretly hoped he would tell me it was a joke, but it wasn't. Today, as we honor the man that we all loved, the man that spoke about his children with pride, the man that we all admire and respected, we have an immense responsibility to carry on his legacy. We, the Unidos Now family, along with the hundreds of young women and men whose lives were transformed, our wonderful community partners and friends, will continue to dream big. We'll continue to love serving others and each other, to make Hector proud and to keep his legacy alive. Hector lives and will live in our hearts forever. So now, I would like you to hear from the students that Hector impacted.
Hi Hector, it's Leonela. I wanted to remind you what a huge difference you've made in my life. I consider you the sole reason that I'm happy at school right now. I remember when it was nearing May 1st and I still didn't know for sure what college I was gonna go to. I was torn between a safe choice and my dream school. And you called me and you told me, if you don't have a way to tour GW, I'm gonna book you a ticket, because you can't just settle. And I always think of your words, and I think you gave me the courage that I needed to make a very difficult decision. Because of that and so much more, I always think of you fondly, and I always will. So thank you.
Hi Hector, I love you for the man that you are. You taught me so much during our time together, how to be a professional, how to love the work that we do, but above all else, how to give our very best, all of our passion, and all of our love in the service of others. Thank you so much for that incredible gift. I love you so much, Hector.
Hi Hector, this is Beatrice. I graduated in 2017 and I was part of the Unidos Now group for 2 years. I just wanted to reach out and say thank you for all the help you gave me and all the encouragement you gave me throughout high school to apply to college and to seek out mentorships and tour schools. I come from a first-generation family, and I know those things would have never happened if I hadn't had your help along with Unidos Now. So now I'm so happy I've graduated, and this is my second year teaching elementary music. I'm at a new school this year in West Palm Beach, and this is my classroom.
Hi Hector, I had to write this down because I couldn't gather my thoughts, so excuse me, but I'll read. So Hector, I know I've said this many times, but thank you for all your advice, from the one on not to get a boyfriend in high school because I had to focus on my essays, to the feedback on my actual essays. Thank you for going above and beyond while supporting me through FLA. You really didn't have to give me rides to and from the workshops, but you did anyway, so thank you. Thank you for introducing me to Deanne and matching her as my mentor, and thank you to you both for taking me as your own family when mine was far away. thank you for keeping up with how I'm doing and always be willing to help, even after FLA was done. These might not seem like the hugest gestures, but they all added up immensely. And I know you know that you had a great impact in all of our lives, but I don't think you genuinely realize the extent of which you've truly changed them for the good, because it's a lot.
Hey Hector, it's Liam. I am currently in my Pride space. I'm at Cornell University. It's my senior year. I'm majoring in human development. So I'm really excited. It's my last year. It seems like time really flies by. I remember senior year going on all those bus rides with you, and even junior year and sophomore year of high school, and all the advice you would give us going towards all the different schools we were touring, telling us about, you know, your own individual struggles and how we can overcome all these, you know, barriers that we have in life. So I thank you for all the memories that, you know, and all the encouragement that you gave me in the past and that you currently give me. And I know that you're always, you're always there for all your students, and you do everything with love. So I thank you for being such an amazing servant leader and changing lives, and specifically changing my life and giving me guidance in a way where now I'm here sitting in my dream school about to graduate and hopefully going into law school in the coming years. So I just wanted to say thank you.
Hey Hector! We just wanted to say thank you, and thanks to you, I am now teaching second grade at a Title I school, teaching the principles that you have taught me and passing it on in the world of education.
I am now a senior in college, and thanks to you, I really appreciate dreaming big, and I've tried to be the best version of myself as you always push me to be, so now I'm the new governor of the campus, and none of it would have been possible without you. So thank you so much. We send love from the entire Burroughs family.
We love you.
Hi Hector, this is Evelyn from Riverview High School. We met a couple times. I did the FLA program with you. We did a whole bunch of tours. And thanks to you guys, I was accepted at USF, our Sarasota Manatee campus. I am now going to my senior year, and if it wasn't for you and Winnie Goes Now, it would have been a longer journey than it already has been.
Hi Hector, I'm her mom, and as a parent, I want to thank you guys for all the effort you guys put on her and the other students.
I feel grateful to know someone like Hector, because he's that kind of person whose energy and enthusiasm you're just instantly connected to. And as I sit here and reflect on my life and the spontaneous blessings that have been provided to me, I have no doubt that Hector was one of those blessings. I first met him when I was pulled out of my class in my junior year of high school, along with a handful of other first-generation students, and we all had no idea what the purpose of this meeting was. It was just very random, but we were like, okay, we can get out of class, I guess. And he comes in, he sits us down in a meeting room and just explains what Unidos Now is about, and what great an opportunity it is, and encouraged us all to apply. And within 10 minutes of knowing this stranger, I honestly feel like I could trust him with my life. And that's just the Hector effect. He's just a genuine and generous soul that honestly wants the best for us, for everyone he encounters. And he wants us to want the best for ourselves. And he encouraged us all further down to just shoot for the stars.
Hello Hector, I just wanted to send you this message to let you know that you have served as such a huge impact on not only myself but other students in the Future Leaders Academy program. I remember first meeting you and you being able to see my potential, and having you as support throughout my college application journey was just so helpful for me, and I could not have achieved the things that I've done without the help from you and the Unidos Now family. I am also grateful for the help you've provided as a mentor for my students now as I'm working as a college coach, and you really just serve as an amazing role model for the future generation of Latino students.
Hi Hector, I'm sure right now you're receiving many, many messages from former students, family members, and friends, sharing their love, their gratitude, and their appreciation for everything that you've done for them. I'm one of those people, and I really can't say thank you enough for everything that you've done. Right now I'm at Harvard, and we just moved in last week, and I was thinking about you as I was walking to the dining hall, about to get my first meal there, and really reflecting on the journey and the support, the people like you that believed in me and gave me a chance and took me under your wing. We all want to say thank you, but we can't say it enough. But thank you, thank you, thank you so much from the bottom of our hearts for all you do.
Hi Hector, this is Axa. I wanted to make this video to share my memories that I had with you and the impact that you had on me and many of my other peers. I remember the first time we met. It was one of the first Unidos Now events I had actually gone to. It was my freshman year of high school, so about 5 years ago. And you really inspired me. We were at the Sarasota County Fairgrounds inside, and we were spreading awareness about Unidos Now. Even though I had just joined the program, you were telling me about the program. You were telling me about your past career, about your kids, about your wife, and you really inspired me that day. And I've now stuck with the program for about 5 years. I will continue to get back to the program for as long as I can. And I have inspired others. I got my cousin to join. And I just want to say you really inspired me that day. I even introduced you to my mom that day after she picked me up from the event. And I really want to thank you for all your help with the Unidos Now. And I know I'm not the only student that you've inspired. I'm sure you've inspired so many more. And I'm just really grateful for the memories that we had made. And I'm really grateful that I am in this program and now I can give back.
Hi Hector, I just wanted to take this opportunity to thank you for everything and telling you that I remember you often. You helped me make the decision between a 2-year physical therapy assistant program and a 4-year college to pursue physical therapy later on. At that point in time, I didn't know the opportunities that would bring me. Now that I'm reaching graduation, I realized that because of you encouraging me to pursue a 4-year route, I was exposed to many other career paths that I would not have been able to see before in classes. Because of this, I discovered my passion for everything that has to do with public health, and I have even explored things as data analytics and a global tech program. I would have not had this opportunity if I had not been for you. So I think of you often for this, and thank you. I realize now that you were teaching me how to dream big, and now as I'm trying to make decisions about my future, I remember you and keep trying to dream big like you taught me.
Hi Hector, this is Stephanie. I was part of the Future Leaders Academy graduating class of 2018, and I just wanted to come and let you know how thankful I am for everything you did for the Future Leaders Academy, specifically my year and how you helped me. But I know that you've helped so many other teens as well. I remember you always telling your previous success stories with different teens that you worked with, and it kind of helped me get out of my comfort zone and look into schools that I would have never thought of even applying to or attending before I started the Future Leaders Academy. So Future Leaders Academy is the whole reason that I was able to attend college and get such a good scholarship and grants, and the whole reason I even went to an out-of-state school in the first place. So I thank you for everything you did for me and everybody else my year and every other year that you worked with Unidos Now for, because I know that you made a difference in not just my life, but everybody you worked with. So thank you, Hector.
Hey Hector, it's Axel Soto. Not sure if you still remember me, but I was part of the 2018 cohort for FLA, where I graduated from Braden River High School and went on to do my bachelor's at Florida State University. I just want to take a couple seconds to thank you for your efforts in terms of teaching me how to get to where I am right now. And I think because of your efforts along with Unidos Now, I am able to call myself a Florida State alum and a Virginia Tech grad student. I'm currently pursuing my master's in structural engineering at Virginia Tech. And a lot of the things you've, as well as Unidos Now, have taught me, I've still used to this day. So I just want to take a second to really appreciate you, to thank you for all the efforts you contributed to my life and the things you taught me. Muchas gracias.
Hey Hector, my name is Sinai. I was part of the FLA program when Catalina was the director of the program. And I remember you just making an impact in my life by helping me with my resume and being very involved with FLA. Now I graduated with my bachelor's and my master's, my MBA, and I currently live in DC and work in the State Department. So I could have not done any of that without your guidance, and you were very patient, and I really appreciated that about you. And you've made a difference in so many people's lives, and yeah, this is just one of the many stories that you will hear from, but hopefully you remember about me, because I definitely remembered you, and I'm happy I made this video.
Hi Hector, Sebastian here. I don't know if you recognize me because of the beard, but I'm Herb Mahler's mentee, went to Brain River High School. And yeah, just want to let you know that I still have, well, me and my family are still very grateful for just spending time with us, you know, during the process of choosing to go to college. You know, I remember you were one of the first people that really taught me to dream big, you know, in a sense. You know, a lot of the times we limit ourselves to what we see around us. And I remember talking to you and having the conversations with you about, you know, where do you want to go to school? It doesn't matter if, you know, it sounds crazy. Where do you want to go to school? Like, work towards it. And kind of that attitude of, man, if you want to achieve it, you can, you know, and anything is possible. You know, anything is doable. I think that was one of the first times in my life that I was exposed to that, and I've carried that with me throughout college. You know, I just graduated from FSU and going to be working in insurance brokerage in Nashville. But I can trace that back to our times. You know, you taking the time and staying in the gas stations with me in high school, and yeah, my deepest of gratitudes.
Family. I just wanted to really take this opportunity to just tell you about like what an impact you've made on my life and on my family's life even, because you really helped me through everything. Like when I first met you, I believe it was my sophomore year, going to my junior year, I remember so vividly you sat down with me to like meet with me because I was interested in Unidos. And I showed you my grades and I showed you like my transcripts, and you were like, these grades like are great. But are you really pushing yourself? And that question forever changed me, because like at that moment I wasn't pushing myself, I wasn't challenging myself, I kind of underestimated myself, and you saw the potential in me. You did that, and because of that just changed my whole perspective forever. And you were the one who suggested me to Oberlin too, which I can gladly say I'm 4 out of 5 years complete, because double degree is a 5-year program. And you've just really helped me along the way to find out like who I like really am and what my potential really is, and I am forever grateful for that. And you've done that for myself, not only myself, but just many other students like me.
Hi Hector, thank you so much for everything that you've done for me and so many other people, specifically through Unidos Now. I think you know how many lives that you have impacted. You are a source of light, you're a source of inspiration, and of course, a source of infinite knowledge on the college application process, and just getting a lot of us young people to think about our future, to think about dreaming big. And I think it's something that a lot of us really needed when we went through FLA, and I'm really grateful for you. A lot of us FLA alumni are now back at Unidos Now giving back, and I will continue to make Unidos Now and you proud.
And say thank you for being one of the people who could believe that I could go to UF and actually be accepted and graduate.
Hi Hector, it's Vanessa. I wanted to share with you what I do when I'm feeling down, and that is think about the impact that you have had on my life. I remember I didn't know anything about college really until you showed up to Riverview High School and we started the first Unidos Now Club at Riverview with you, with a lot of other amazing students there. And I remember that I didn't think that I was capable of, first of all, being, a leader in the club and then applying to really competitive colleges, but you started calling me the general, and that's something that I carry with me, that title. I carry it with me every time I'm feeling like I can't soldier on. And I think I am a general. If Hector thinks that I'm a general, then I am, and I can overcome anything. And you taught me that I can overcome anything. And I keep that with me through my college career, which I have you to thank for. So, thank you, Hector.
I think it makes a huge difference for all of us to hear from the students. And that was Hector. He customized everything to every student. He took the time to get to know the student, to understand their aspirations. And we could have a lot more videos, but we are not going to keep you here all day. So he also volunteered, and Hector served on the board of the Selby Foundation. And today, the president of the Selby Foundation, Carol Butera, would like to say a few words. Carol. Let's see. Can you imagine what a beautiful human? As I said, I'm Carol Butera, and I'm the president and CEO of the William G. and Marie Selby Foundation. Looking at this packed room and knowing the number of people that are on Facebook and YouTube, that's another tribute to the impact that Hector had on so many of us. To his family and his close friends, the Selby staff and board share in the sorrow of the loss of Hector, but we feel so enriched by knowing him. So I started thinking of descriptors about Hector, and the video showed so many of those. His belief in people. He could always see the good in people. He could see what they could do, and dreaming big. I came up with passionate, out-of-the-box thinker, tenacious, and always dreaming big. These are some of the characteristics that we all so much loved about Hector. He came to the Selby Foundation and he volunteered to be a reviewer for our scholarship program. And this meant that he would read 60 applications from students. And the Selby application isn't small, it's like a small book. So he's reading 60 of these, and he did this for 2 years. And he always came prepared to the scholarship review meetings. And he came prepared with a spreadsheet with so many cells. My guess is he did that in other things too. His outside research on each student was so extensive that he, at times, knew more than anyone else in the room about that student. This helped the group to make even better choices. He made us better. His ethics and integrity, his understanding of human needs, and his want to give opportunity to all are the values that match the Selby Foundation board values. And so in June of 2020, he became a foundation member. And from the first day that he served on that board, he would weigh in on all important foundation work. He was always willing to speak his mind, even if it was not going with the group's ideas. He brought new ideas and perspective to the board. He made us better. His lessons and memories are part of our lives forever. He made me think bigger and do better. And I'm so grateful to have learned from him. Our immediate past chair, Kathy Layton, so beautifully wrote these words. and I'd like to quote them. Hector was relentless in pursuing every and all opportunities to address the needs of deserving souls. He didn't care about bending rules or pushing envelopes or stepping on toes if there was a chance for one person to have an easier path to full potential. And I think we witnessed that in the video. Hector had a mission to fulfill, and it consumed his every waking moment. And that's were Kathy's words. In closing, I go back to thinking about the characteristics. Passionate, out-of-the-box thinker, tenacious, dreaming big. Our Hector made a difference, and his lessons and memories are part of our lives forever. We need more Hectors in this world. Thank you.
Thank you, Carol, for your beautiful words. And we've seen another side of Hector. That was our Hector. I think we have a lot more Hectors in this new generation of people that he has impacted, and his own children. So right now, we're here from Miguel and Eric, Evelyn and Hector's children. They are young men, and they took the time to make this video for us. So Karim.
First and foremost, we wanted to say a sincere thank you to Luz, Kelly, the Unidos Now team, and everybody who helped put together this beautiful tribute. And of course, thank you to all of you that showed up in person or tuning in from around the globe to celebrate the life and impact of our dad, Hector Tejeda.
For those of you who don't know us, we are Hector's sons, Miguel and Eric Tejeda. We often joke that we were his first students. Our dad was sitting down with us, discussing the importance of learning, personal development, and academics. But above all, encouraging us to put our best foot forward in everything that we do, that he would be proud of us no matter what. While we know how proud he was of us, we were even more proud of him. Neither of us would be where we are today without him, and we know that there are dozens of people out there that can say the exact same thing. We joke that we were his first students, but that is of course not true. We've heard countless stories from so many, detailing how he's a teacher, mentor, coach, big brother, to so many throughout the years, well before we were.
After Eric and I left for college, our dad was able to finally retire and focus on his passion. Unidos Now was a perfect match for our dad. Not only was he surrounded by others who shared his goal of empowering the local Latino community, but he was able to work with students and see firsthand the impact of his work. And over the years, as Unidos Now grew, he brought many others into the organization, including his wife, Deanne, our mom, Evelyn, and a number of others who all deserve recognition as well today. Thank you so much to everyone in the Unidos Now community for giving our dad so much purpose and happiness in his final years of life. He loved every one of you. You were his family too. While he is probably annoyed he's getting so much attention, we have no doubt that he is looking down on us today, proud of his Unidos Now team, and cheering on all of his students.
Although he is now gone from this earth, his legacy will live on through all the students and the lives of those he had a positive impact on. Miguel and I appreciate everyone coming out today to celebrate him.
Thank you so much, everyone, and please keep making him proud.
And that's our promise to Hector, to keep his legacy alive, to make him proud every day. And thank you, Deanne, for sharing him, because I know that he also took a lot of homework, even when he said that he was officially retired. And Evelyn, during my first year as executive director, you helped so much during our summer program, from giving rights to students and making sure that they all were all fed and putting up with the crazy hours that we were working. And to his parents, Estelle and Juan, Hector, and even in his last moments when I saw him, he said, everybody's on top of everything, but please keep an eye on my mom. And I hope you know that we are your family. love Hector. We love all of you, and Kirsten was very proud. I'm chairman of our board, Kelly Kirchner. He always has beautiful messages. So Kelly.
Good morning. It's really hard to follow Luce, our students, Carol, Miguel, and you, as a father, or your children. Be so poised, confident, embody the humor that Hector embodied throughout his life. And in a moment of tremendous loss, to share what Miguel and Eric just shared. That the amazing piece was encapsulated in every single one of those videos by Hector's students. And I think for me as a father, what is amazing and brilliant about a life well lived is that there was nothing mutually exclusive about what Hector did. His children did not feel that they lost out by Hector's commitment to service, by Hector's love and appreciation for everything beyond himself. And they joked about how Hector would be really annoyed with us talking for, God forbid, an hour about him. And they were exactly right. And I think what's clear is that maybe unfortunately Hector is a unicorn of a human being that I'm sure his parents have a lot to do with. But in Hector's modeling, you can see what all of us can and should be in our own lives. He was a first-generation immigrant brought here as a baby from Guatemala, a first-generation college student that never forgot, just like our students, that there was someone who told him, you have grit. And Hector would always talk about grit, by the way, which is why he would drive to that young woman's house, that he would take a student with a 2.0 GPA and put them in this program and say, you can get into a selective college and university because I see that grit. But that someone did that with him as a teenager. Someone then told him about a Harvard MBA program. And Hector never forgot that his path was paved with people that embodied that thought of service. I work at a college, so I work with young people that are 18 to 22, and to see the smiles, the heartfelt gratitude, but most importantly, what Kathy Layton talked about, is that Hector wasn't projecting himself, his failures, or what he could have done or should have done in life. He wasn't projecting that on any young person. The only thing that Hector was concerned about was the self-actualization of each one of our students to achieve their own potential. And you see that and you hear that in every young adult. And it's amazing. And it's humbling. And it's beautiful because it's the power of one person. That every one of us in this room has that power. Hector was an introvert. some introverts shouldn't have that power. But he had that power. I was thinking about, I think it was Jonathan Brousson that talked about how Hector set him straight, that he wasn't achieving his potential. He had so much more potential. And so for me, Hector was this model of grounded exuberance. He was exuberant about all of life, but it was a grounded exuberance. Even for me, for Luz, for all of us on our board, he would never hold back. So if we were thinking that things were great or that we could do things, and he would bring us back to earth. But if we were like Jonathan Brousson and somehow having a pity party or that we couldn't do more, he would also tell us about our potential. So I'm 47, but he was my mentor too. I'll just close. Deanne was telling me that, up until recently, he would wake up at 4 a.m. to work on things, on vacations, as Luz talked about. And I would just say that, and close again with what Miguel and Eric said, it's up to all of us to keep making him proud. I have no doubt that for generations, Hector's impact will be felt, but it's a challenge for us to extend that impact, to make him proud, and live a similar, well-lived life. Thank you all for being here with us, and thank you, Hector.
So one thing I know is that Hector kept saying that Unidos Now was his family, that he was proud of all of us, that we were a unique organization, and that we had tremendous potential, and kept pushing us to reach that potential. There is a lot more to be done, but there is no doubt you had a taste of what the Unidos Now family is all about. A brilliant co-founder like Kelly Kirchner, generous people that support our work. And right now, the best way to honor Hector's memory is to continue to spread love and hope for these younger generations to love and care for each other. So I would like us to take this chance, break bread together. We have a lunch prepared, and my amazing team that has worked really hard to have this occasion will lead you to the ancient room where we can enjoy some food and give each other hugs and catch up and know that you are all part of Unidos Now. Thank you so much for being this morning with us. It's good not to be here today, but